You're coming across way too pushy and you don't even realize. I'm going to show you 3 things to eliminate that so you can close a lot more deals. Number 1, you got to come across detached. We call that high level. That stands for high intent to help, but you have low attachment whether they buy or not. Because who has the problem? The prospect or you? The prospect has a problem. So if you're attached to them like solving the problem, them pain, they feel that nervous energy, it's over. Number 2, you want to practice being internally excited about selling every day, whereas most reps are externally excited. You come across uncertain sometimes. You come across pushy. You come across like you're judging them. So it triggers their nervous system to feel like you're hiding something, like it's a bad idea for them to move forward. So you want to come across more certainty in your tone. I still come across assertive, okay? Yet they know that I care for them. There's a difference between being pushy and being assertive. Assertive, you're the expert. And number 3, do not buy into their story or their limiting beliefs. Hey, we don't have the money. Okay, well, when do you feel like you have the money? 3 months from now? Okay, well, let's set up a follow-up. You just bought into their effing story. You offer them no value. You have to get them to feel like you understand them, their needs, their desires, their wants, even their fears, and do that without judging them. Start doing those 3 things. You're going to come across way less pushy and you're going to close a lot more deals.
All right, I've got 60 seconds to break this down. Let's go. Step 1, high intent to help with low attachment to whether or not they buy. Brilliant. You have an attachment to an outcome that you have no control of. A prospect making a decision to buy something. You're actually influencing how that interaction is going to go without you even realizing it. When you approach the interaction with the intent to help, people feel that. Step 2 is where he's talking about internal excitement versus external excitement. Maybe. In sales, you need to have something called rapport. Rapport is a state of likeness between you and the person you're interacting with, and it's one of the foundational principles in developing influence and persuasion. One of the ways you can build rapport is by matching and mirroring the person you're interacting with. When you sit down with someone and they're externally excited to be talking with you, then you need to be externally excited to build rapport with them. Once you've established rapport and are leading the conversation, then you can shift that external excitement back inward. And if you've established rapport effectively, they're going to follow along. Last but not least, don't buy into their limiting belief or their limiting story. Brilliant. You never want to buy into someone's limiting belief because their limiting belief is what's keeping them stuck. And limiting beliefs are often deeply unconscious. People aren't aware that they're walking around limiting themselves. If they were aware of this, they would do something different. So it's your job not to buy into their limiting beliefs. Yes, there can be certain tactics that are more effective in a sales conversation. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to establishing a high level of rapport so you lay the groundwork for developing influence and persuasion.